Good morning, children. This is A. Manoj Kumar, working in Oxford High School, Uppukunduru. Welcome to social class. We have been discussing about atmosphere. In today's topic is different layers in atmosphere. In the last session, what I explained you, based on the chemical composition, atmosphere divided into two parts. Number one is homosphere. Number two is heterosphere. Homosphere again divided into three parts. Number one, strato, and meso. Then heterosphere divided into two, thermo, exo. Okay, na? Then one by one clearly I am going to explain. So first of all, troposphere. The lowermost layer is troposphere. Okay, na? The lowermost layer of the atmosphere is troposphere. Then it is uppermost layer of the atmosphere is exosphere. Compare troposphere with exosphere. The lowermost layer of the atmosphere is troposphere. Uppermost layer of the atmosphere is exosphere. Okay, so come to the height. The average height of the troposphere is 13 kilometers. Okay, na? Average height of the troposphere is 13 kilometers. So it is varies in some areas, especially in equatorial regions. Height is different. In the pole regions, height is different. See, it extends roughly to a height of 8 kilometers near the poles and about 18 kilometers at the equator. So thickness of the troposphere is greatest at the equator because always in the equatorial region evaporation is taking place, heat is generating up. Okay, so that's why thickness of the atmosphere is greatest at the equator. So it contains about 75% of the total gaseous mass of the atmosphere. That means total gaseous are existed in the sphere. Which is sphere? Tropospheres. And particularly all the moisture and dust particles also existed here only. Okay, na? Moisture and dust particles, which are very important for life, these are also existed in troposphere. Okay, the entire weather phenomena, that means entire weather developments takes place in troposphere only. Okay, na? Then the temperature in this layer decreases as we go higher. If you go top of this layer, then automatically temperature decreases, which is called as normal lapse rate. So technically it is called as normal lapse rate. Condensation, evaporation, precipitation, then rainfall, cyclone, etc. occur in this sphere only. Already regarding each and everything I explained you. Okay, condensation, evaporation, precipitation, rainfall, cyclones, everything occurred in this layer. Which layer? Troposphere. So this is all about troposphere. Up to now, regarding troposphere, what we discussed, this is the lowermost layer of the atmosphere. Then average height is 13 kilometers. Then in the poles, its height is 8 kilometers. Okay. Then 18 kilometers in the where equatorial regions. So thickness of the sphere is high in equatorial regions already. So reason also I explained you, because evaporation and heating up that area heavily. Then gaseous, most of the gases are existed here only. Then particulates, then moisture also contains this layer. The entire weather phenomena takes place in this layer. Condensation, precipitation, rainfall, everything takes place in this layer. Okay, na? So this is all about troposphere. Stratosphere. Okay, this layer extends up to the height of 50 kilometers. Okay, na? This one extends up to the height of 50 kilometers. Which layer? Stratosphere. This layer is almost free from clouds. Where clouds we can see in troposphere only, we are able to see the clouds. So which sphere is free from clouds? Yes, stratosphere is free from clouds. There is no possibility to form clouds or observe clouds in which sphere? Stratosphere. All the weather phenomena took place in which sphere? Troposphere. Remember that one. This layer is most ideal for flying jet crafts. Examination point of view, this bit is very important. So, which is most suitable for flying jet aircrafts? Yes, stratosphere. Stratosphere is most ideal for flying jet crafts. One important feature of the stratosphere is that it contains ozone layer. Ozone layer protecting us. Okay, now isn't it or not? For UV rays and different kinds of poisonous rays coming from the sun. Okay, so this ozone layer also we are able to see in stratosphere. So next one important feature. This one explained you. The temperature increases as there is increase in altitude. If height is so increases, that means we are going high. Automatically temperatures increases. So this is all about stratosphere. Okay, na? So average height is 50 kilometers. Then almost free from clouds. This layer is. Then jet aircrafts are flying in this layer only. Ozone layer we can see in this layer. These are the important topics we covered in stratosphere. Mesosphere. It extends up to a height of 80 kilometers. Which one? Mesosphere. Meteorites burn up in this layer on entering from the space. So meteorites sometimes damage the earth. But these meteorites, so where these meteorites will burn in mesosphere area, so whenever these meteorites enters into the mesosphere, then these meteorites burn up. Okay. Then temperature starts decreasing with the increase in altitude. If you wanted to try to go high, automatically temperature starts decreasing. So next, thermosphere. Thermosphere also called as ionosphere. Which sphere is also called as ionosphere? Thermosphere also called as ionosphere. So extension up to 400 kilometers. Which one? That means average height of the thermosphere is 400 kilometers. Temperatures rises rapidly with the increase in height. If you go high in this layer, temperatures so heavily increases, highly increasing. It contains electrically charged particles known as ions. So that's why it is called as ionosphere. Electrically charged ions contains which sphere? Yes, thermosphere. That's why it is called as ionosphere. Radio waves transmitting from the earth are reflected back to the earth by these ions. Due to these ions, radio waves again reflecting back to the earth, which is very important for getting information. Exosphere. Regarding this sphere, we don't know much. Okay, now regarding this, we don't know information. It is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere. This is the highest layer and very little known about this layer. Do you understand? So this is all about different layers. Okay, troposphere, I told you. So I will ask some bits. Yourself, you try to do it. Which sphere is favorable for flying jet aircraft? Second one, stratosphere. So which sphere is also called as ionosphere? Fourth one, thermosphere, also called as ionosphere. Which sphere is free from clouds? Second one, stratosphere. Okay, na? Then all weather phenomena takes place in which sphere? First one, troposphere. First one, troposphere. Electrically charged ions, where we can see, yes, electrically charged ions we are seeing in thermosphere. Okay, then so where meteorites burn? Mesosphere, meteorites burn. Okay, this one up to 13 kilometers. So stratosphere up to 50 kilometers. Then mesosphere up to 80 kilometers. Thermosphere up to 400 kilometers. So regarding which sphere, we don't know much. Yes, last one, exosphere. Before going to pressure belts and planetary winds, little bit background regarding pressures we will discuss. Okay, na? The air around us composed of gas molecules. Molecules are tiny particles. Molecules are tiny particles. Remember that one. So gas molecules. These molecules constantly pushing each other. These tiny particles constantly pushing each other, then automatically pressure will create, isn't it or not? So the pressure of air increases if there are more molecules. If more molecules are presented, automatically among them pressure will increase. They are pushing each other. That's why pressure automatically increases. Okay, now? So automatically what happens afterwards? The earth pulls most of the air molecules to its surface. Why? So due to the gravity of the earth, these molecules attracted towards the earth. Okay, na? So here that only I written. The earth pulls most of the air molecules to its surface due to its gravitational pull. When gas molecules are heated up, they gets a lot of energy, isn't it or not? This is actually science topic. So when gas molecules are heated up, they get a lot of energy and start moving very fast. Whenever these molecules getting heat and getting energy, automatically they are having power. It starts moving. These molecules starts moving very fast. The energized molecules start flying off higher and higher. Then automatically, so vacant place will be formed, isn't it or not? So start flying off higher and higher. When more molecules go to the higher, reaches the atmosphere. So top part these molecules will reach. Okay, na? That is nothing but atmosphere. That is why geographers say that when it gets hot, the air pressure becomes low. When it becomes cool, air pressure increases. This is called inverse relationship. Inverse relationship. Remember this one. So geographers say that when it gets hot, the air pressure becomes low. When it becomes cool, air pressure increases. This is called inverse relationship. When heated air rises, it start losing the energy. Whenever these molecules reaching the highest position, then then lost the energy. The energy that it got from the earth surface, because actually whenever these molecules are presented near the earth, by that time these molecules having the energy, whenever so getting the strength reaching the up of the atmosphere, by that time they have no power. Then these molecules attracting towards the earth afterwards due to the gravitational pull of the earth that is got from the earth surface. When the energy decreases, the molecules slow down, becomes more sluggish and gets closer to the each other. Air becomes cooler and denser, isn't it or not? That is general phenomena. Dense air starts falling back towards the earth surface. These dense air not having the power, so automatically these dense air starts falling towards the earth surface due to the gravity of the earth. Okay, na? Whenever this cool air descends, air pressure increases. Okay, na? Then when any part of the earth heats up and causes low pressure, it means that there is a more vacant space and less molecules. Whenever so heated up, the air is heated up, molecules are heated up, then that area, then these molecules will rises, getting strength and rises. Then automatically one vacant area will be formed. I explained you before that. Then automatically, so these vacant area attracted by these dense molecules, again that molecules will reach this area. Now air from other parts where the pressure is higher moves towards this vacant place. That is why we can say that winds flow from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. Okay, now winds flowing from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. Do one thing, this is actually science topic. If you wanted to get more clarity, then ask science teacher regarding molecules, okay, regarding gravitation pull. So if you wanted to know deeper in this area, then ask the science teacher. As a social teacher, then regarding introduction, so I explained you, I tried my level best, try to understand it. Okay na? So this is the introduction part of pressure belts and planetary winds. So pressure belts in the next session I will start. Okay na? Thank you very much.